Ferrari's star driver Charles Leclerc is rumored to be considering leaving the team after his contract expires in 2024 if things don't improve at the Maranello team. Even with team boss Mattia Binotto now out of the team, something that Leclerc is absolutely happy with, the rumors are still becoming louder and louder. Why is the Monegasque contemplating the move? Why is he happy with Binotto's resignation? On which teams on the grid is he linked to? So stay tuned, as we're going to tell you everything that we know so far. To begin, let's look at Leclerc's stay at Ferrari and his contract. At the end of 2019, Leclerc extended his contract with Ferrari until 2024. In 2021, he was rumored to have a 2-year contract extension until 2026. However, after the awful season that Leclerc had just had with Ferrari this year, that extension never happened. Leclerc joined Ferrari in 2019 after an impressive 2018 season at Sauber. He won 2 Grand Prix in his rookie season and beat his teammate Sebastian Vettel, a 4-time world champion. Mind you, this was just his 2nd season in Formula 1, so wasn't his performance amazing? The terrible 2022 season saw Leclerc turn from a championship contender to fighting for P2 in the last race of the season at Abu Dhabi. With all the struggles Leclerc has had this year, it's more than certain that the extension is currently not an option for him, and he wants to see what options he has for his future with other championship-winning teams. A surprised Leclerc said this when asked about his possible choices after his contract expires. 2024 is a long time away, and there's still time left at Ferrari. Being at this team has always been my dream. My objective at the moment is to win with Ferrari, and then we'll see. With Leclerc not ruling out other teams beyond Ferrari, isn't it super obvious that he's envisioning an exit from Ferrari after 2024? Next, Ferrari's poor strategy and how it affected Leclerc's performance. The start of the 2022 season saw an impressive start by Leclerc and Ferrari. The Maranello team was even the championship favorite. Leclerc won the Bahrain and Australian Grand Prix, where Max Verstappen retired due to reliability issues, giving Leclerc a 46-point lead over Max in the championship race just after 3 races. Ferrari's hopes for its first championship since 2007 were sparked by their performance. However, the early success would only be short-lived after the team messed up everything with their tactical blunders. Leclerc managed only 3 wins, despite having 9 pole positions. Out of all the races he started from the pole, he only won 2. What a poor pole to win conversion ability. Leclerc isn't to blame for the poor result, since the team failed to capitalize on their rivals' mistakes several times. Leclerc lost 3 positions in pit stops at the Monaco Grand Prix. Ferrari chose the hard compound tire in Hungary despite Alpine's warning that they wouldn't work well on this track. As a result, Leclerc, who had started the race at P2 and was even P1 at one point, finished P6 behind all Red Bulls and Mercedes cars. His teammate Carlos Sainz, who had started at P3, finished P4 behind both Mercedes cars. In Brazil, Ferrari was convinced that there was going to be heavy rains in turn 12 of sprint race qualifying. This made them run Leclerc as the only driver on intermediate tires for the entire race. When they realized that they had it wrong and called Leclerc to the pit again, he was already past the pit's delta entrance. Leclerc was furious with the results as he started the race at P10. In Silverstone, Leclerc didn't pit for new tires, and as a result, he dropped from P1 to finish at P4 in a race that was supposed to take advantage of Verstappen's poor performance. From these incidents, it's evident that Ferrari's poor strategies got Leclerc eliminated from the championship race. Isn't Leclerc's dissatisfaction with how things unfolded with the team justified? Following that is Leclerc's relationship with Binotto, as well as his sacking. The events at Silverstone revealed Binotto's strained relationship with Leclerc. This is the race that gave us the infamous photo of Binotto pointing his finger at Leclerc, lecturing him not to speak to the media about the team's strategy and the outcome of the race. They haven't been speaking to since Silverstone, according to reports. A few weeks after Abu Dhabi, Binotto resigned as Ferrari's team principal. With Red Bull out of the competition in Brazil, Ferrari failed to capitalize on the advantage and were defeated by Mercedes. According to Leo Turini, a renowned Italian journalist who's close to Ferrari, this was where the team felt enough is enough and decided to sack Binotto. When asked if he would be happy with Binotto leaving the team even before his resignation, Leclerc said, "I've learned not to think about it and not to comment, but generally the best approach is for everyone to be on the same wavelength to make the right decisions together. It doesn't necessarily mean changing people, but it's about the way communication works between engineers, which needs to be clearer." It's no secret that Binotto's presence at Ferrari was one of the reasons for Leclerc's dissatisfaction with the team, as their relationship had reached a point of no return. Moving on, rumors of Leclerc joining Mercedes. Leclerc is linked with the move to Mercedes after the end of his contract with Ferrari. Hamilton has a contract with the Silver Arrows until the end of 2023, and is rumored to have a contract extension until the end of 2024. Although the contract hasn't been signed yet, this is exactly the same time Leclerc's contract with Ferrari will end. Doesn't this give even more reasons to believe that the rumors regarding the move are true? Hamilton is hoping Mercedes return to their winning ways after a traumatizing 2022 season. Eventually, the team has to find Hamilton's replacement, and this is where Leclerc comes in, as he is a young, race-winning driver with a promising future. Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff has said back in 2021 that he won't hesitate to either sign Leclerc or Verstappen if an opportunity presented itself. Leclerc, unlike Verstappen, who has a long-term contract with Red Bull until 2028, is almost fed up with Ferrari for their seemingly unending woes. Mercedes has a title-winning history, having dominated the sport for 8 consecutive years, something that Ferrari lacks. Despite this poor season this year, they're slowly recovering. They even caught up with Ferrari in the second half of the season, where they finished ahead of them several times. If there's a driver who deserves respect and proper management, it's Leclerc. Something that Mercedes can completely provide. Hamilton will be happy to leave this spot to Leclerc if a chance presents itself. Will Leclerc decide enough is enough and join the Silver Arrows? Next up, Frédéric Vasseur's appointment and what it means for Leclerc's future at Ferrari. Vasseur has been appointed to fill Binotto's shoes as general manager and team principal. The Frenchman co-founded ART Grand Prix Junior team that contributed to Leclerc's rise. Before moving to GP3 and Formula 2, where he won titles, Leclerc competed for ART Grand Prix. He then joined Sauber in 2018, a team led by Vasseur, which is where he made his F1 debut and had spectacular performances. Leclerc said this when asked about Vasseur's suitability for the job. "I've been working with Fred already from the junior categories, where he's believed in me, and then we've always had a good relationship. He's always been very straightforward, very honest. And this is something that I liked from Fred. It's evident that the two of them have a good working relationship in the past. Will this affect Leclerc's decision on his future with Ferrari? Will he extend his contract now that the team has a contract manager who believes in him? Share your thoughts in the comment section. Is Binotto sacking the best decision for Ferrari? Binotto knew how to deal with Ferrari's reliability issues in 2023. The tactical blunders experienced by the team weren't his responsibility, but the tacticians. I mean, he wasn't the one who called the shots for Monaco and the Budapest pit stops that cost the team. Binotto's only shortcoming was that he didn't point a finger at one guy or a group of guys and say that they were the problem in the previous race. Replacing Binotto alone won't fix Ferrari's problems because tactics and shot calling were their biggest challenges. Solving Ferrari's issues with the same tacticians they had in 2022 is going to be difficult for Vasseur. So finding replacements for them is the ideal solution. Turini spoke about this, saying, "Change is not a guarantee of victory. Red Bull is behind, and our Ferrari still loses anyway. John Elkann would surely point to Mattia Binotto, the 1-2 finish of Mercedes and Red Bull. There are a lot of discussions, and it's inevitable to be so. The world champion has been missing from Ferrari for too long, but that would be a mistake. Why? Since 2008, Ferrari has passed from Jean Todt to Stefano Domenicali, from Marco Mattiacci to Mauricio Arrivabene. The result? Zero titoli. To put it as Jose Mourinho. Ferrari hasn't hinted at replacing the team's tacticians in 2023, implying a repeat of the 2022 season is entirely possible. This will make Leclerc angry with Vasseur, and he'll leave the team. And that's it for today, guys. So yeah, award us with a like if you enjoyed the video. Make sure to end your viewing session of this video in style, like a big old fat cat, but don't get a heart attack. I'm so smooth they call me butter. Why are you still here? I would have clicked out like a couple minutes ago, man. It's crazy. Well, later.